Hi everyone, welcome to Chapter 5. Chapter 5 is going to look at the role of externalities and public goods. When we look at externalities, you notice that an externality is going to be a cost or benefit to a third party. We have two types of externalities, a negative externality and a positive externality. When we look at an externality, you need to notice that an externality is a cost or benefit to a third party. That's the key what we have to focus on. When you look at the cost and benefit to a third party, that's where we look at how these externalities will be present in the market. And the types of externalities we want to look at are externalities that are present in both a negative externality and a positive externality. A negative externality would be example like cigarette smoking, whereas a positive externality would be something like college education. When we look at an externality, cigarette smoking would be a good example because that's a cost to a third party, whereas education is a benefit to a third party. And there's many benefits and costs that are weighed with both of those. When externalities are present in market, you notice that the government will have to get involved to bring about market solutions. So that's one thing to focus on. Governments will get involved to bring about changes in the market. And then we move on to Chapter 6. With Chapter 6, we're going to be looking at the role of elasticity. And the concept of elasticity is looking at how consumers respond to price changes. So you notice that consumers have many changes when it comes to the prices of goods and services. And consumers respond to the differences in prices many different ways. When we look at consumers, you notice that they can see an increase in the price, and they can either buy the good or not buy the good. And these changes in the buying habits are very important to evaluate. And when we look at these changes in the buying habits, they will bring about incentives in the market and ways stores can make price changes. There's two types of goods we look at. We look at an elastic good, is when there's a price change, there's a large change in demand. And then we look at inelastic goods. And that means when there's a price change, there's a very small change in demand. And many of these will make a difference in how they're brought about. But it's key to look at the differences in elasticity. And elasticity is very important for stores to evaluate. When we look at stores, you notice that they have to price their products based on what they think consumers are willing to pay for their products. And consumers are willing to pay for many different things. Necessities are going to be more inelastic goods, whereas luxury items are going to be more elastic goods. And then we move on to Chapter 7. And Chapter 7 is going to be looking at the economics of healthcare. And we look at healthcare in our economy, you notice that healthcare is a very big issue in our economy right now. It's a high quality system, it's a system of payment, and it has a very high demand. And when we look at healthcare, you notice that we're facing a lot of challenges. And some of the challenges healthcare are dealing with life expectancy, has improved quite dramatically. The mortality rate has decreased quite dramatically. And these improvements in healthcare has created a lot of challenges for our economy. And what we look at with these improving healthcare, let me get back to that slide. When we look at with improving healthcare is people are living longer. Now we have to make adjustments for people that are living longer. And the adjustments that we have to make with regard to this sector is people have to make decisions on where they're going to spend their money. Healthcare is one of those systems that people will make improvements in the healthcare system based off changes in population. And so changes in population, if there's more people in an economy, that will take up more of the resources, and less might go to the spending of healthcare. Now, when we look at health insurance, there's many different sources. The largest source of healthcare, you'll notice, is employee-provided insurance. And employee-provided insurance is very important because that means employees are providing health insurance to their employees. And that brings about a lot of benefits for our economy. You also have Medicaid and Medicare, but many different advantages to these. And health insurance is very important. When we look at the health insurance market, you'll notice that we're paying a lot of premiums. And these premiums that we're paying are providing an agreement for payment in the future or services in the future. So these are some of the topics that we're going to discuss for 5 through 7. If you have any questions, please let me know, but I look forward to your efforts.